I can't tell if you're speaking of our United States of America mess or what you're referencing there.
But you know, one of the things I was in the military.
Where?
And
In what
in the
branch?
Army. I was in branch in the Army.
Okay.
I was an officer, and
Okay.
I had gone through OCS and all that stuff, and I got this is a side story. I had gone through OCS, Officer Candidate School.
Mm-hmm.
I was a college graduate at the time,
Okay.
and I had background. Would you believe it or not? I was a background in computers. This is back in 1966. Way
What
back
computer?
when.
I'm confused. What computer? Was it one of
There
those that
weren't
filled an
any.
entire? Yeah. Okay. So you have a
We
background in
had
computing.
we had we had computers mounted on the back of trucks, big deuce and a half trucks.
Yeah.
Those computers had less power than your cell phone.
Wow.
So I had some experience in it. And a major came down. I'm on my way to Vietnam. And a major came down and said, "We see you solved the problem here." And I says, "What's that?" He said, "We had asked if anybody had any computer experience." And I said, "And you wrote down on your thing that you did." He says, "You just solved the problem. We had nobody have experience in all of the U.S. Army. We're taking a bunch of you guys, 30 guys, 30 people at the U.S. Army, and we're going to put you together and form a unit. It does not exist. Units don't exist. And we're going to send you to Germany, and you're going to take computers and you're going to put them on the back of trucks. And then you're going to communicate between them. They're all over Germany. Remember now, the closest we had to communication was a telephone.
Yeah.
We're going to make computers talk to each other. And we're going to do it without wire.
So you're going to use radio signals.
Correct. And we're going to take these radio signals and we're going to bounce them off the troposphere up in the,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be caught by a huge antenna mounted on the back of a truck. And these how it's going to talk. But that's what started me, that story. And the guys that were involved. As a matter of fact, one of my closest friends today has been with me, my closest friend since we were together in the service. That's what started me on problem solving. Think about that. Mounting things on back of trucks that move and making them talk with equipment that didn't exist. I mean, it was nuts.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why Germany? Why wasn't that done here?
All the stuff, because all the equipment was in Germany. Everything here was being moved to Vietnam. And it was the only spot that we can keep a thing together, as a bunch of people together, and working with IBM Deutschland, that we could do it. Everything here was so committed, and there was so much politics. There was too much politics involved. That this, from the scientific and engineering standpoints, you needed to isolate 30 people away from everybody. And they did. They isolated us.
Okay.
And we all came out brighter and smarter and crazier, but we did it.
Sounds a little SpaceX-like.
Everything we did, we moved to Vietnam, and it all worked. It had to work. People died.
So what did that feel like the first time you had one truck talk to another in two different towns?
Two different towns, or in fact, like two different parts of state. It was amazing, actually. What we were doing was transmitting 80-column cards through the air. it was a thing called an IBM 1013. Look it up one day.
Okay, IBM 1013.
We hooked it up to a. You ready for this? We took radios from a submarine. We got it from the U.S. Navy radios. That's why we couldn't do it there. We had to do it in Germany.
Yeah.
Got radios from the U.S. Navy, and we got encryption devices because sonar and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we made it work. So it was a collaboration of the United States Navy, us, the Air Force, Army.
Wow.
But it was all Army. But all of our equipment was man-made. It was homemade. Everything was homemade. I should send you pictures. The pictures were stuff. I should write a book.
Yes, you should write a book. This is phenomenal stuff.
If I showed you the pictures, you'd go crazy. You'd say, "What the hell is this?" I have pictures of them.
So you're in touch with one member of your unit. Are you in touch with any other of the members, or do you happen to know who they are?
Yeah, a couple of them I am. One unit, the guy that came here, he was from Rochester. Was you believe it or not, from Rochester?
Wow.
I've known him now forever. But we still keep in touch. A couple of them have gone on to, one's become a vice president with IBM and that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been experience, been a real experience.
And talk about working under pressure too. It's, you're
Oh, it was awful. And
you're
the
project
fact of
managing to save lives.
Well, the whole thing is that in the end of the 2 years, we were supposed to go to Vietnam. As it turned out, I was able to stay there the 2 years in Germany, not go because of my background. But in the end, I probably would have had to go anyways and go with the equipment. But I chose not to because I got a good job, and all of us got good jobs. I mean, obviously, everybody was looking at us. IBM was looking at us, and saying Xerox was looking at us, Kodak. I mean, everybody. There isn't a guy that left our unit that didn't get a good job.
Right. Wow. And that happens today. And today it's very impressive to see the way the military really fights to educate in all the different branches. And it's
Today it is. I got, like I said, my my son-in-law's brother-in-law is a lieutenant colonel up there in Watertown, and he sets up MASH units. He's on his way to Arabia for now for the second time. He's teaching the Arabs how to set up a MASH unit.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy.
And that's project management.
Very much so.
Yes, all the different, who are the resources, what's the infrastructure? Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about, him and I talk about it, and how he's taken PMI courses.
Okay.
Through the Army.
Okay.
I don't know if he got a certification, but he's a pretty smart guy. You can't be a lieutenant colonel and not be a smart guy.
Yeah, but where's the certification? I mean, come on.
I think he got this. I think he got the military version of it.
Yes, that makes sense.
There's a whole different version. Yeah.
Yes. So just to summarize here, what a fascinating background in history. Are you born, raised, bred Rochester?
Yep.
You are.
I live right now in Fairport. Well, I went to 43 school in the city.
Okay.
Which are closing down. My mother went to 43 schools, so I'll tell you how old that school is. And then I went on to Jefferson High School in the city.
Okay.
And they got me out of there, and they sent me to Penfield High School.
Okay.
And then I went from Penfield, I went to Delhi Tech.
Okay.
And then to Bryant University.
Okay. All right. And then you went to officer candidate school.
Yep.
Wow. And do you have family in the military? What made you choose to go to the Army?
No, just
okay.
Because they're after me.
Well, on that, because they were after you. Got it. I got it. Definitely during that time. So we solve problems. I like that. You identify the solution, you identify the issue, whether you like it or not, and you
Yep.
solve the problem and you figure out a
Yep.
way to solve it. That makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
Well, Al, I want to thank you so much for your time tonight.
Okay.
Thank you from PMI Rochester. Thank you
Okay.
for your years of service with us. And thank you for giving me more of an introduction to the chapter as well, especially as a new member up here.
Oh, okay. And I'll send you some stuff.
Sounds good.